Legend of Total War here, and today we've got another Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires campaign review, this time covering Mannfred von Carstein. His start position has changed from Castle Drakenhof over to Kassabar, and given his new campaign objective of taking the 8 books of Nagash, or the 8 obtainable books of Nagash, this makes a lot more sense. Now, this campaign here in terms of the review, I've got mixed thoughts about. I think that some people are going to really enjoy this campaign, and some people are going to get really bored with it. Unfortunately for me, I'm in the latter of those two categories. I get really bored with this campaign. This campaign here, I really think, is geared towards newer players, and there is nothing wrong with that at all. But it is absolutely not geared towards veterans of this particular game, because this campaign is way too forgiving. And it really doesn't offer any sort of challenge whatsoever. It's so easy to just make a mistake and just have the game just give you a free pass on it, due to the fact that, one thing, your armies are very strong. You can raise dead very easily. There's loads of them that will become available very early on. And the fact that your units can be brought back instantly after losing a battle, just as long as there's some semblance of vampiric corruption in the province, which is very easy to spread, since winning battles in a region will give you vampiric corruption in that region. You don't have to wait for interns or whatever. In fact, you can get a province from 0 corruption all the way up to 100 if you fight enough big battles. So the gameplay is very forgiving, and I just think that I'm not used to that playing Total War Warhammer, and it's kind of not what I'm looking for. I kind of enjoy the knife's edge approach where if I make a mistake, I lose my army and it really sets me back and that kind of stuff, and it forces me to really be careful and not make mistakes. Whereas the vampire accounts, I can just make so many mistakes and the game's just like, well, you made a mistake, don't worry about it, here's your army back. And that seems cool on paper, but after it's happened a couple of times, you're like, I really can't lose this, and you kind of get bored. But then again, like I said, that's based on my perspective of it. So if you're looking for a challenge, I'd look elsewhere. But if you're looking to just get into the vampire accounts and maybe do a bit of role-playing, play on lower difficulties and just messing around, then this is probably a really good campaign for you to just mess around with things. But if you're looking for a challenge, definitely look elsewhere, because you're not going to find one here. It's too easy. Anyway, that's my review for Mannfred von Carstein. I think this is something that's probably going to need a bit of tweaking along the way, but it's not necessarily a bad campaign. It's totally okay to have a campaign that doesn't appeal to everyone. I mean, that's the whole point of having such a huge variety of races. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.